It is over. Your search is done. Let fate choose now, the righteous one.
Hey guys, it's Measley and happy Hallow's End. In this video, I'm going to be showing you what I'm going to be doing this Hallow's End to make some gold, collect some items, and just have some fun in general. So let's get started. So if you're a horde like me, the Undercity is indeed no more. First, instead of the Zeppelin, there's now a portal from Orgrimmar to Tirisfal Glades, and after you reach there, simply speak to Zadormi here to switch to the old version of Tirisfal Glades. Now, let's check out the new rewards in 2018. Well, more like reward, because there's only one single change this Hallow's End, which is the addition of one new toy, called the Headless Horseman's Heartstone. But I'm not too salty about it, as there's still plenty of other things you can do and other rewards you can spend your tricky treats on. And Blizzard has actually added quite a lot of things over the years that I haven't even collected all of yet. But I'm more happy that Hallow's End is always a great opportunity for gold making. And let's first look at the 4 pets that you can make a lot of gold with. And they are the Feline Familiar, Cursed Berman, Widget the Departed, and Naxi pets. These are all buyable with 150 tricky treats and can be caged and sold on the auction house. Another viable strategy is to buy these pets when the prices are lower during the event and resell them throughout the year. If we look at the Undermine Journal, the prices are lowered towards the end of October and the beginning of November, and steadily increases throughout the year and sort of peaking at around August or September right before the event. Of course, you'll usually not want to hold off for that long, as you'll risk not being able to sell it before the actual event comes back. But I would say investing in a few of each pet during Hallow's End is a pretty good idea if you want to make some extra income throughout the year. I would say that Naxi, being the most recent addition to the game and its cool appearance, makes it the best bet. Having been in the game the longest, the Feline Familiar does seem to command slightly lower prices despite how cute it looks. Now let's move on to some of the ways that you can get tricky treats. The first is to collect them from candy buckets in towns and cities scattered across Azeroth and beyond. You can do each of these once per character, and there are several add-ons that track them. The one I use is called Handynotes Hallow's End. I find this to be a great way to collect tricky treats when you're multitasking and just having WoW in your background while you're flying around a bunch of these flight paths. The next method that you can collect tricky treats is by doing daily quests. There are several outside the Undercity and Stormwind, and others from nearby towns such as Brill. You can also run the Headless Horseman once per day per character for some tricky treats. You can even start queuing up at level 20, so this might be a good way to get some tricky treats on your alts. But to get a chance at the mount, I believe you'll have to be at least level 110. You can also get some other useful things like the magical broom and some wands from this encounter. First, the wands are needed for the Masquerade achievement. And though you cannot use the wands on yourself, you can actually save these specific wands to cast on others and charge them a fee. This achievement is part of a meta achievement for getting the Hollowed title, as well as a part of a bigger achievement for getting the Violet Proto-Drake mount. And as long as you advertise this as such on Trade Chat, you should be able to get some buyers. By the way, these wands can also be purchased for just a few tricky treats. So you could easily pick up a few of these and sell the casts while you're waiting or queuing up for something. As for the next useful item from the Headless Horseman, we have the Magic Broom, which is an instant cast mount which you can only obtain and use during Hallow's End. Now if you main a druid, you can pretty much ignore this part, but having an instant cast mount really helps out in farming old world content and even doing archaeology. So what I'm personally doing is I'm using this time to farm out the Vial of the Sands mount recipe for my alchemist, and to do that you can either farm Tol'vir archaeology sites, or an even faster way is if you've unlocked the Lore Walkers in Pandaria, you can use the Mantid Artifact Sonic Locator to turn all your Pandaria archaeology sites into Mantid sites, then power farm Mantid sites to get restored crates to then use to purchase the Tol'vir fragments. For more details on this, there are plenty of other guides on YouTube that tell you how to do exactly this. The Vial of Sands is a very profitable recipe and I'm dying to get it. Yet another way to get tricky treats is to do the Under the Crooked Tree daily quest in Val Shara, right here. And on top of that, it has a chance of giving you one of 4 witch hats that are transmoggable during Hallow's End. Next, although this is a pretty well-known gold making method for Hallow's End, I'd like to mention it nonetheless, and perhaps add a couple of pointers to it. Starting with the basics, you'll want to pick up a set of daily quests from your garrison, then head to this area in the Shadowmoon Valley. And besides killing the creatures there for your daily quest, they also have a chance of dropping some pretty valuable items. The first item of interest is the Spectral Grog, which turns you into a skeleton when you ingest it. This isn't particularly well known, so you can consider advertising them on Trade Chat. Next we have the Coin of Many Faces toy, which turns you into a random character when you use it and persists through death. This is an extremely cool toy that not only you should use, but also stockpile a bunch of to sell after Hallow's End. A lot of people have found success farming or buying these up during the event, then selling them in the coming months. As an additional tip to this farm, you'll also want to check this part of the map to kill Demidos once per day, for a chance at the pet called the Servant of Demidos, which is a strong battle pet that can fetch for a decent price, especially if you level it up and turn it rare. And Demidos is not Hallow's End exclusive, so you can farm him any time of the year. When you return to your garrison and turn in your quests, you can use the special currency that you get from those quests to exchange for certain decorations for your garrison. And of those decorations, the Creepy Crawlers decorations is the most important, and you can actually make some gold year-long with it. First, it makes wild battle pets spawn in your garrison, but they're not cageable, although they're pretty useful. But more importantly, it spawns a creature called Arachnus in your garrison that you can kill once per day on each of your character that has the decorations, for a chance at getting the Sack of Spectral Tigers toy that you can sell on the auction house. Yes, because of its availability, the prices are not that great on some servers, but on my server, as you can see here, you can sell them for many thousands, as long as people don't start selling more during Hallow's End. And again, you can kill him all year long for a chance at the toy. And the drop rate isn't too bad either. And lastly, I just want to mention that your extra spooky supplies that you get from the Garrison Daily Quests can also be traded in for tricky treats, so they're just an extra source of that. And that'll be it for my video. Yes, I know that there really isn't anything new this year for Hallow's End, but I still feel compelled to make a video about my favorite in-game event. And I hope that some of the extra tips I provided are helpful. Anyway, I'll see you guys in my next video, and happy Halloween! Peace.